Hello and welcome to chapter 260 of our streaming adventure. Doing a little thing differently today. First of all, starting a little bit earlier. It just worked out with how Steven was ending his stream. I got down here. Might as well fire things up. Also, shifting gears, the Regional Championship Qualifier. RCQs, they are no longer PTQs. The RCQ season has started already, I believe. We already had a couple. And in my local area, there is an event coming up on the 16th. So, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after that. And it's modern. And I thought I would give that a try. So, I reached out to the Discord, which, by the way, you can join. Go ahead and jump in the Discord. I'm going to put the link tree data in there. Go ahead and click that. But in the Discord, we were talking about Modern, and I said, okay, I have more experience in Legacy, Vintage. I watch articles. I'll listen to podcasts about Modern, but what would be a good deck for someone that's maybe a little bit removed, doesn't necessarily know, the inner workings of the metagame? And I think it was Dan that mentioned it first, that Living End is a good linear deck that kind of lets me do my thing, and then I can understand maybe what my opponents, or let them present threats to me and let me react to them or whatever. And so I thought, let's give Living End a try. I think that is something where the game plan of what I want to do, that I want to cycle big creatures into the graveyard, I want to cast a Cascade spell, I want to flip into a Living End, I want to take the creatures that are in the graveyard, I want to put them in play, and I want to attack and win the game. Spoilers. So I thought it made sense to give that a try. I went out and found, speaking of Discord, I found the Living End Discord. And from there, I was able to find a sideboard guide. Now, the deck I went and got is from the most current challenge that the winner played. And so the sideboard guide that I found is likely not to line up 1-to-1, but I thought it's going to be pretty close. And so it's more like the general idea of, like, okay, against 4-color, you want to take out these cards versus these cards and stuff like that. So depending on like, I feel like the other deck has Leyline, both white Leyline and black Leyline, and I have neither of those, so we'll see how well that goes. But the idea being, what is a deck I can play with minimal format knowledge and then capitalize on that? So, this is the game plan. I guess we see how that goes. So let's go ahead and jump into a Modern queue with my Living End deck. We'll see how it goes. Also, want to give a shout out to my dog Lily. It's her 9th birthday today. So, had to stop on the... Is she in here? She is. Lily enjoying her birthday by sitting on the floor of the cool basement. And she'll be getting a little bacon for dinner. You gotta appreciate a little birthday bacon. And yes, her younger brother also gets some. He is also passed out on the floor. There's a lot of passed out on the floor action going on in the Pitter household. There really aren't that many of us, but I would say 50% of the household is currently passed out on the floor in the basement. All right. Let's jump into round one. See what we can do. Or try to. Nope. Can't get the opponent. Oh, there we go. I think we almost... I can't imagine we don't want to play. So... this doesn't cycle, per se. You can discard it to, like, bounce stuff. This is a straight cycle. Creature. Okay. What does my land base look like? I think this is a keep. I have dual lands. I have blue-green. I have blue-red duals. What is this? Okay. So they've mulliganed. I want green and red. I'm thinking blue, green, and blue, red. So I'll start like this. And I'm going to pass the turn with the ability to... Now, do I want to cycle Street Wraith first? Like, is that good for me? It feels good for me. I guess, okay, what do my guys cycle for? Blue, 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 blue. So, with Force Negation, yeah, that works, because I want to cycle on their turn. Okay. Let's see if they grab me after all. It's a lot of crabs. The dangerous thing would be, could they mill me out by doing that? Now that's a thing I didn't think about. Flooded Strand. Am I going to lose my red source? See, they're going after themselves now. Because they know what's up over here. Okay. Maybe this is anti-living endness. Oh, I didn't think about this. I could have used that in response to bounce their thing, couldn't I? Vendrine. See, now this feels dangerous. I almost want to find... what do you call it? I have Endurance, don't I? Main deck Endurance. See, now that's my fault. I was not giving credit to the fact where they might want. So now here's the idea. Do they play Living End to bring their stuff back? Because right now, I don't have an impressive one, but I could maybe build it up with these turtles and stuff. More Creeping Chills. I guess I almost have to be worried about that. Like, how many of those are going to bite me? What does a Rotting Rat do? They can unearth it. by unearthing it, it would bring the Vengevines back into play. I almost need them to go for it. To give themselves this huge graveyard. Once they have this huge graveyard, then I living end their stuff away. I'm not sure how great that plan is, but it feels like a plan I kind of want to pull off. I almost can sit here. I'm allowed to hardcast Force Negation, by the way, Jeremy. This just in. See, now they're waiting. Turn target card from your graveyard to your hand. They're at 29 cards. Let's get that guy out of the way. So more protection. I'm gonna pass turn. As of right now, I would have a 6/5, a 5/6, and a 3/4, and they would have Vengevine, triple Vengevine. Oh, this is a flashback, sorry. They would have triple Vengevine. More rats. Top 3 cards you like, put any number of them in your graveyard and the rest back on top of any order. Any number into the graveyard, okay. I guess I have to be mindful. These creeping chills could just kill me. But they've already played 3 of them, right? Yeah. I don't think you're allowed to play 4 creeping chills. And the way it triggers, I'm not allowed to force a negation them. They're down to 18 cards in the library. Each player discards a card. I will discard Subtlety. That gets the Amalgam back out of their hand. Clever. And this is going to have haste. This goes away from anywhere. I'll take 1. Six, 3. Does all my stuff have flying? This does not. That has. Interesting that this Unearth did not buy back the other one. I missed that aspect of it. Well, I think I got the Force Negations down. So what am I going to get left with? Rotting Rat, some Secret Keepers that are just 04s. Vengevine, 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 Stitcher Supplier, 4 Vengevines, Okay, so I'm currently... No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4... I have 5 blockers. Having a endurance would be terrific anywhere. I need a few more actual cyclers, I think. I haven't been able to hit them quite yet. Let's play the switcheroo. Three cards down. Kidding me? Sure, why not? Take away your flashback. Discard a card, might as well be living end. I'd have to discard 2 cards. I guess we lose both. But they have to mill 6, which will put them at 11. Oh, they had Wonder, so now they're in the sky. Brutal. Alright, my plan to get all their flying creatures did not pay off. Unfortunately. Now, I guess what I could do... I was going to say, we attack, and then flip things around on them, but... I have Swamp Walk. Let's see if I can trick them. Because I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Now, that's a better question. Do I... Let's see what happens. They still have Creeping Chill. I didn't think about Creeping Chill. That last Creeping Chill will kill me for 3 damage if they mill with the Stitcher Suppliers. Plus, whatever they block with potentially comes back from my big game plan. We didn't think this through, okay? So now, I guess, do I have to? This list does not have those ley lines, unfortunately. That's funny. So I still die. I still die to this other thing that flies. But I would have a couple creatures come back. Whatever, let's go. I'm here for the fun of it. I just want to know if I can mill them out somehow. I don't think I can, and in fact, I think I'm guaranteed to die to the mill burn card. I'm drawing a blank on the mill burn card that's already hit me 3 times. Creeping Chill. So, would I like to cast a spell? Yes. I could put that back in my hand. No, thank you. Can I click this and then say no, thank you? Yeah, they had the Creeping Chill anyway, so we just died. Alright, so here is the deck list. The deck list has more endurances, more subtleties, and kind of makes these force negations feel a little bad. So I am going to pull up the primer I was given and see if it talks at all about sideboarding against surprisingly, the crab deck with Vengevines is not listed on the sideboard guide primer. I mean, I can't imagine why not. I think what makes the most sense is to give ourselves more endurances. Now, are they likely to play... Is Dredge listed? That makes sense, Steve. It's probably similar to Dredge. No, it is not. I got Murktide, 4-color, Elementals, Titan, Cascade, Footfalls, Control, Living End, Mirror Match, Belcher, Shadow, Affinity. I feel like this is going to be close in thought to what's another deck that wants to do it is like Living End. And for that, it suggests Endurance is in and Sky Turtle's out. And kind of based on what we saw, Sky Turtle feels the least... I mean, it's going to cost me 2 mana for it to do anything. Whereas these 1 mana cycler, etc. Another 1 mana cycler. My question would be more like, so Force of Negation... Sky Turtle could slow down the crab. I'm a little bit more worried. What if they had... This is... Kenobi, this is the list that just won the challenge. So that's why I went with it. I guess I'm just wondering, are these Force Negations better as Mystical Dispute? We're gonna try... for the times that they maybe play some stuff, but most of their creatures are... That doesn't even... I've changed my mind. I'm gonna give myself still some turtles. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're gonna try it. So, 1 blue mana. We have 2 chances to cycle, but the fact we have a Living End in our hand feels like it's already a mulligan, and I'd rather have this in the deck. So I think that's an easy mulligan. The Aven's full name, Wind Caller Aven. A 4/3 does not seem terrific. Alright, cycle, endurance. I feel like I can keep this. What do I want to throw back? I'll throw back a Steam Vents, because I have a fetch land that could pull it back out. And then, oh, do I have red-green as a land? I do not have red-green as a land. Did I seriously skip through their turn? Oh, Jeremy. So we've already missed the chance for our first cycle. So that's awesome. Just interface things that I hit the F2 key when I should have hit the F1 key. They had Flusterstorm, that's a good one. Still targeting themselves. Hit a Prized Amalgam. Gravecrawler of their own and a Subtlety, so this will rebuy. So here's the question. Could I have responded there? I don't think so. But what we can do... I think I need to get red. Do I care about all this stuff? Yikes. Wow. Wow. That was better. So now the question is, do I trade what they have for my subtlety? I would wipe all of these things away. Top card, Av. I think I like this battle better. And then see how fast they can rebuild. I do think it replaces Petty Theft, Obi, just based on like what it can bounce. And I think it has something to do with like picking up particular cards out of your graveyard. That's why you want that aspect. Alright, they got half their dudes back anyway. So they have a flyer I can't stop. But I would have 16 points if they swung in right now. Oh, we found a Sky Turtle. So... if I bounced Subtlety, they can't block. Or do I build up to a next turn? I do have basic forest, right? Yeah. So they block there, they take 11, they're dead next turn to Swamp Walk. I like the idea that they are dead to Swamp Walk. Because I don't think they can get... They could have Creeping Chill to gain life. That's something I wasn't thinking about before, right? Yes, not that kind of Swamp Walk, sir. One sec, Obi. So if they play this, 2, 4, 7, 11. I'm not dead? Boing, oing, oing, oing. Take 7. Obi, just go to MTG Goldfish. I tried to post the link, it wouldn't let me post the link. So go to Modern of MTG Goldfish, click the Living End, and this right here, Makia, 4-color Living End. Here is your deck list. That is whose deck we are playing. So, based on that performance, anything that we would want to change? I think actually, right, I would rather have Subtlety than I would rather have than Force of Negation. Force of Negation isn't going to stop anything where Subtlety could. Subtlety is also a creature. I could also... if you could get to this primer, this primer does not seem to like Windcaller Aven. It likes Architects of Will more, but also it goes into black more. And this doesn't have a Sunken Ruins, which I could also see playing. So, what I'll do, I will go post the link of the primer in the Modern channel. I'll do it in the Modern channel of the Discord. There you go, Obi. It is now in Swish Discord, and we should actually hit submit. Sorry. We have lost the die roll, waiting on opponents. So what is this first hand? This first hand has Cycle, Cycle, Violent Outburst, which isn't great, but does something. They have mulligan, so we'll keep. I don't even know if I've used Aven yet, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. I mean, it's a 4-3. I think we're playing it as a 4-3. That's all I can truly tell you. Okay, well that's bad. This is not good for us. We're now on Windcaller Beatdown. Did we side that stuff in or not? Force of Vigors and Foundation Breakers are still in the sideboard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead. Like, they literally can beat us down with this thing. I mean, I honestly think we need to draw. We probably need to, like, physically draw the endurance. I'll give the non-attacking one flying. You're allowed to click no, right? You may cast it. I don't have black lands with which to ever pay. This could get a breeding pool followed into that. I'm totally gonna die too. Pass the turn. Like, technically I could use these as Wraths. They elected not to bring it back. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I'll take 2. Oh, it doesn't come back to end of turn. I'm done. So if they do bring those back... Oh, and License Hearse is a good one. Well, here's the problem, though. We don't need to draw the Living Ends if we're going to cast the Living Ends. We need to hit these land drops so we can play a freaking turtle. Am I allowed to play this? Wrath your board. I have a 2/2 for beatdowns now. I don't feel like we're gonna have much beating down though. Why do these guys cost so much? No. Attack. I need to... bounce that dude. Bounce it so that they can't use the other Gravecrawler from the graveyard to replay. See, I'm trying to be sneaky. I guess I have all these instant speed things. We just have to be careful about drawing the last living end. No, I didn't. I didn't see anything in the second game. And so that's the thing is I was not considering, and I probably could have just put it in over other spells, right? So the problem, I'm going to run out of... Take my 2. So the question is, put 1 into your hand, the other into your graveyard. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't cast this. And the bigger issue is even... I could cast that. 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm on blocking duty. You're also on blocking duty to take out a Gravecrawler, sir. I think long term, though, like their hand has to be so good because obviously they don't have lands, right? The crab's coming in. I was gonna say that's really sending a message. Take my 5. I was going to say, do I want to give them ability to bring it back, but they already had one in there? So that is kind of brutal. Can I set this up? Return a creature spell. No, I think eventually, like, this is just going to wear me down, and I don't have enough of a chance to get there. Because even if I play out a second 4/4, right? I can block these 2. 4 damage gets through. I can't block everybody. If I go for Wrath of God again, I'm giving them Supplier, 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 Vengefying Gravecrawler. It only gets worse for me. So I can't imagine finding a way out of that. So I think that is a case of not being familiar enough to expect Leyline of the Void out of them. Like, I don't feel too bad about any losing or so that we're going to do today because I don't really know Modern. I don't... Like, even looking at this list, right? I can never cast these black cards. Whereas I think the card is Sunken Ruins out of, like, Shadowmoor era. That was one of the... If you put a blue or black into it, you can get blue, 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 black, or black, black. All of that seems more powerful. Also, if I were to go look at the primer talks about 1 mana cyclers and Striped Riverwinder, so we got this guy, highest power and toughness. That just makes sense. Then Curator of Mysteries, next highest power and toughness. On the draw. Curator of Mysteries, then Wind... Oh, here's a thing. Listen to this. Windcaller Aven. We do not play this, even though it looks good. 4 power seems fine on paper, but is held back by its toughness of 3. Vulnerable to Lightning Bolt, and most of the common flyers like Brazen Borrower, Dragon's Rage Channel, and Endurance. Architect's of Will. This might seem worse than Windcaller, but Architects has the small advantage that makes it better than it would seem on paper. The only halfway playable cycler, blue and black, to be able to pitch to Grief, Force of Negation, and Subtlety. Alright, that's not bad. They were less seen playing the blue-red deck. They're keeping 7. I have 3 cycles, but I also have a Living End in my hand. I'll keep. Again, I'm not 100% sure on what I should and shouldn't be keeping. I don't know of ways to necessarily get the Living Ends back into my deck. I don't know if that's something that needs to exist, or you just kind of chalk it up to that's going to happen. Street Wraith can be pitched to Grief. Surprise rebuilds cards from your opponent's graveyard in response to a Living End, and Swamp Walk is surprisingly evasive. Grief could clear the... Like, I do feel like, why aren't we playing Grief? Right? That seems like it could be good. That could have been a Steve Met turn. Well, we have our guy now. So then the question is this going to be, we're going to go for it, is it going to happen or not? What are you going to steal? Ragavan steals a Flooded Strand. I'll allow it. Yeah, I do wonder about this other deck. Playing Grief, playing Fairy Macabre. That seems a lot more interesting. I guess it's my fault for not having... I did read the primer, but then I didn't necessarily look at the deck list to make sure I had everything here. Ledger Shredder is a good one. Because they can throw good creatures into the graveyard if they have a follow-up spell. And they'll always catch... Just throw in the bolts, get in the shreds. So now the question is, do I really want that 2-life? I think I have to, though. I mean, they are at 4 cards. Maybe they're digging for, like, counterspell. So it would be best if I had... Well, I don't have an instant speed. I have a sorcery speed way to do it. Wow, that seems bold. Cycle that. Hey, there's Endurance. Okay, so go to my turn. Play this. So I guess the bigger question is, do I want Waker of Waves, or do I want... Waker of Waves puts itself and one more creature into the graveyard. So that seems like the biggest way to have a huge turn. But I like the idea of when they swing in here, if I take less damage, by getting rid of that, plus remaking them play their spells. That's my other secret thought. Another thing while I'm just talking out loud, I think if you're playing Grief, you absolutely want to play Architects of Will, because that's a black card to pitch to Grief, a blue card to pitch to Subtlety or Force of Negation. I think that's a no-brainer. Over that Wind Aven thing. Not my Waker Waves! So now they have to think, do I keep up Force of Will? Sorry, Force of Will. Yeah, you should keep up Force of Will. Do they keep up a creature here, or am I just going to wipe away what they have? Okay. See, I don't have that much familiarity, Obi, so I don't know, what is the OG. The OG, to me, has Monstrous Caryatid and, Jungle Weaver. That's a real OG. Now, hear me out. What if they attack and we, endurance them? Or is it better to start setting up for the second one, like we just play Shardless Agent now? I like the creatures I have. I think they have the treasure token for the counterspell here. I'm expecting the counterspell here. Maybe not. It would also be a reason... Yeah, see, they just had counterspell. So now I'm going to have Shardless Agent, and I'm going to have Shardless Agent as a way to try to trade with their Ragavan, but they could very well have red removal with all of this stuff, right? And I currently don't have a green card that if they go for Murktide, I can't stop a 8/8 Murktide due to the lack of green card here. So that's another strike I'm seeing. Cast Living End where X is 0. I agree. The fact that there is no point at which I could suspend a Living End definitely feels bad. Oh! I figured it out. We Endurance Living End back into our own deck. Look at that. Sometimes all you got to do is read the cards long enough, and if you read the cards, it'll tell you how to play the cards. Nope. Meanwhile, our opponent is debating the best options they have. So they spent their counterspell stopping my Living End. I have to realize that Endurance is a way for me to reset. But the other thing I'm going to do, I think, is... Let's take this time we have to go look at Living End decks. So the archetypical Modern Challenge first place 8-1. It does have Architects of Will. It does have Grief. Yeah, Jim. Obi Jim. Storm Guy is me. Shardless Agent, Architects of Will, Grief. I think this is a better version. Now, the only thing I would say is, what if they had the Sunken Ruins? Sunken Ruins is a land that can tap for... It's the filter land that can go blue, black, or black, black. I like the thought behind that as the ability. You could hard cast a Grief. Because there's no black here at all, and that feels wrong. With everything going on, I think you would want that card. Okay, I think this might be the next... This is going to be the evolution of what we try next. Opponent seems to be back. They have untapped after a few minutes. As we wait, I guess I'm going to take a second to say shout out to Mana Traders. Thank them for sponsoring my stream. They allow me to play all of these different decks, my monthly subscription. You can use the code all the way up at the top of the page. I believe we're at KUV now. KUV. Oh, we're back to me. Okay. I was going to say, I kind of like this Endurance hitting their graveyard. Because it takes away their ability to Murktide. I know it has instant speed, but I'm not worried that anything there is going to hurt. So we're going to pass the turn. I think that's a bigger issue more than anything else, is setting myself up to get wrecked by that. Okay, more Ledger Shredders. Maybe they were going for the long con here anyway. New Ledger Shredder and a fetch land. Alright, I've got more cyclers. If I attack with this, can they come up with 4 points of damage? They can. They can. So maybe it's more, let's set up for a better... Does anything in my deck? Does anything in the deck cycle for green or red? No, everything's blue. One in your hand, one in the graveyard. In my hand, I would like a Spiral Bluff Canal. Okay, pass turn. No attacks. But I still have more cycling here. They only have 3 cards, which the big thing for me is how can I capitalize on that? Okay. A lot of shredding. Do I want a 5/6 or a 4/4? I think obviously I want a 5/5. It's just bigger. Keyword big. the big thing here is say they attack and I block, and then they bolt the endurance. I think that helps me because it gets the endurance dead. So I was gonna say, yeah, if they cast bolt here or something, they're gonna have all these triggers. Might as well. We'll see how close. It's hexproof. That's a better point, that it's a 5/5 hexproof creature instead of just that it's larger. These are the key insights that you need Twitch chat for. Cheers to you. Lightning Bolt has indeed happened. So then the question is more, we have basic island. The bigger question to me is, with Bolt happening, this is going to go up to 2. I'm going to take 5. Can I afford to take 5? And I cycled the wrong freaking card. We talked about the bigger creature. We talked about all that. Schmuck. What's interesting is, did they know which one was which to properly stack? You know what I mean? Mishra's Bauble post-combat. Alright, they know what's coming. In my upkeep, Mishra's Bauble happens. They've drawn a new card. So we have a new curator. So the bigger question for me here is, they're going to swing in again, and it's going to be 4 points I can't stop. So do I play the Waker, trying to look too deep at a Shardless or whatever? I think I have to. Wait. Or do I just play a Curator and then I have a 4/4 and I can block 2 of them? But I'm taking... I think I need to dig while I can dig. So, put this one in my hand. No, I think now I have to... No attacks. I just hope to stay alive. Because I have one more turtle available to me. Okay. Is this going to get them out of range? Cycle the right one. I don't think I have Bolt or anything like that. So if I block... I mean, I have to block. And I'm currently taking 7. If they have any spell... Don't steal my living end, bro. Why did you say it? Why would you say it? That's your own fault. Oh, don't try to hit me with logic here. All right, so we need to draw in. How do we get a living end back into the deck? Because are we playing? We're only playing 3, and we've lost 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't get there unless you cycle. Alright. So, the sideboard guide talks about 3 mystical disputes in, a Waker of the Wave, and street rates out. 3 disputes is to fight medium counter spell packages. The Walker is a fast Walker comes out because this is a faster matchup and you want to fill the yard as fast and reliable as possible. Not being able to cycle on your turn 1 is a liability. Also, the Waker's static ability is not strong in this matchup. An argument could be made for Endurance or Foundation Breaker. Endurance would set the yard back and favorably blocks Dragon's Rage Channeler. It also could create a tempo swing. In reality, we will not out-tempo this deck. The printing of Ledger Shredder gives Murktide great game against us, and they don't rely on the graveyard as much. Foundation Breaker could also be good because it can give a way to destroy a Blood Moon, Unlicensed Hearse, Relic of Genesis. That's true. So, for those reasons, I would agree with Waker of the Waves and some Street Wraiths. And for the Street Wraiths, we're going to bring in Mystical Disputes. We already do have some Endurance. I really don't understand what the Valakut Awakening is for. Now I do. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library. This is how, that's what we were missing. This puts the living end back under. So if we draw the living end, Valakut Awakening would put it back. So we do have an answer to it. Okay. I didn't know we had an answer. So then the question is, the cards you could take out for other things would be Sky Turtle. Sky Turtle is poor interactions. It just doesn't hit their hate. Instead of a couple Street Wraiths. I think I want a turtle. So then the question is subtlety versus another Endurance. I think another Endurance would be good. I still think maybe that's better than Street Wraith if I'm valuing my life total, and then that keeps the green card. I guess I just don't know how good subtlety is. See, Steve, had we drawn it, it would have been better. Because then we would have drawn it and put it back with Valakut Awakening. That's the ticket. Opponent is getting their value this game from using as much clock as possible. Hey, here's a Boseiju. But this looks pretty good. We have Sanctum, Island as we do our cycles. Opponent is mulligan to 6. They could very well have Leyline type stuff, and then I guess that means we Boseiju them. You are not a green card, however, for Endurance. You are not. Dogfights. Dogfights. Okay. I'll start with this. I'll pass the turn. Okay. They could have the cab. I just need to be mindful of that. pass here. So they're going to attack here, steal something. That's a decent one. But instead of drawing that, so now they're holding mana up. I get one in my hand. Clarify. Enters the battlefield. You may destroy target artifact or enchant. Blow up that treasure token. Get wrecked. So, the reason I'm doing this is to try to catch them by playing Endurance. I don't know if that's good. In fact, it's probably not. Wow. That is not a sign of strength from them. But I like this idea of getting them to attack. See if it works. I will eat your graveyard. I'd like to declare a block. That was pretty sweet. Are you gonna bolt my dude? Oh, they had another one. They had plenty of stuff. I agree. So here's my thought. Do I play a Foundation Breaker to blow up that treasure token? Do I hard cast a 4/4? I got this thing. Counterspell. So they had Counterspell no matter what I did. So I'm just going to stay home. The thought is, can we burn some more of those Counterspells? I got another one. Rawr. We call this the old manual beatdown. I feel like we saw Spell Pierce out of them before, if I recall correctly. Hey there. Frown on my face. Do they have Unholy? They have to, right? I feel like we saw Unholy Heat in the first game when they were milling with the Ledger Shredder. I'm pretty sure we did see Unholy Heat. Thanks for the follow. Alright, Ledger Shredder has arrived. They did not play a land yet. Okay, I was like, okay. Second main, second bolt. That is 6 points of burn to take down my Creator of Mysteries. No blocks. That's a good one to steal. But let's go to my turn. I will try living in. They get to Ledger Shred. Throw away a creature. I didn't want to attack in for the ability for them to have Ledger Shredder in the graveyard. But I was not thinking about, well, hey, what if they get to dig one more? Alright, so we've got that. We've got this. Do I take away their extra mana? Bang! Take that, treasure! I like how also they have a 1/1. Alright, that one worked. We win that one. Does anything change? What is this? 2 damage to target creature or dead gone. Well, okay, hear me out. Is this for Ragavan and I just didn't think of it to put it in? Because it kind of seems like it's for Ragavan, right? Yeah, that's... I just wasn't thinking about it existing. So then the question is, well, what do I trim? Before, the sideboard guide I was reading talked about the Sky Turtle not being as good, or the Waker of Waves, that 2 mana effect, not being as great. My question would be, is Subtlety... Would I rather be on the Subtlety side, or would I rather be on the Force of Negation side? Like, we brought in these Mystical Disputes. If I'm going to go for it, say on their turn, Force of Negation, I think, is going to be a better play. I don't know. I don't know if Subtlety fits. And my thought is, if I'm cutting a blue card, to cut a Force Negation. I guess the better question is, where is Subtlety do better against, like, the pitch elementals? That seems like the best place for them. Oh, I smell JP's wife cooking up the birthday bacon. All right. They have mulligan to 6. I have cycle, violent outburst with mystical dispute protection. I'm keeping. This has to get blue-red, though, most likely. Turn 1 Ragavan, is that the key? Pass turn. Are you going to take my Force Negation down? Ledger Shredder. Okay. No follow-up. I could have disputed that, and I wasn't even thinking of it. That was dumb. I could have disputed that. I just wasn't thinking of it. Now, what would have been interesting is I dispute it, and they use the force of negation. Okay, double attack here. Oh, good point, Steve. I was thinking it was my force of negation, so it would be active over there. Oh! They saw the tech. I should have cycled! Dang it. The tech is out. The tech has been given away. This seems ambitious for them, but we'll let it go. Again, Jeremy, you could just mystical dispute it. So I'm not big on playing the cards that apparently exist in my deck. Like a big dummy. Like, 1000% that should have been mystical disputed. Like, I don't know what more to tell you here. Congratulations, Rather Show, you got flying. So, hear me out. We play Beseiju. Imagine if I had disputed, they would not have this Spire Bluff, and I feel like I would just be able to go for it. So also on their turn, or are we trying to set up, do it on our turn with protection? Is this 3 points of damage likely to matter? Well, here's the other things. We have multiple. They get a shred. The question is, so they pitched a Murktide, but that'll be a little baby Murktide. What would be interesting is, like, say they had Lightning Bolt, they wanted to, like, bolt the Shredder. It's too big now. To me, that's kind of funny. Flusterstorm's a good reason I didn't think about. Otawara down. Playing a shock. Unlicensed Hearse. Well, we're going to have to fight that one, so let's let this go first. Let's see what they shred. Now, the problem is going to be when they shred into something good. And perhaps, by letting them is how they're going to find Flusterstorm or whatever, right? Another Murktide. feel like they might have protected harder if they had it. What do you think? A 4-3 and a couple of 5-5s. This would come into play tapped for me to have that ability to do anything. I think it's going to come down to the fact I didn't play Dispute when I could have. I think that's where I messed up. Because they would have had a little bit less every time. They threw away a Spell Pierce. Okay. So based on this, pass turn. Now, right now they have 9 points of flying, so all they have to do is kill my dude, right? I didn't account for that. The Dragon's Rage takes to the sky because of instant sorcery, so that has to come. I have to block. If I block here, I attack with 5, 10, 11, 12. And I give my guys +3 with the outburst backed up by Mystical Dispute. This is the only thing that get pumped, so I'll block there. They could just have burn too. If they have burn, then I guess we die. Nope. So, what? I attack. I'm running out of living ends. I only have one more living end. So they take 10. They're at 5. What do I have in there? I don't think I have enough to live the day. So we're just going to need them. I don't know, are we going to clock them? Play the last one. Counterspell. Trigger. Trigger. Hey! We're still dead. We're just different dead. Yeah, the fact when they went for the expressive iteration that was able to leave them up mana, I think that is 100% where I screwed up. And I don't know, having this endurance to clear their graveyard at any point would have been tremendous. Whenever you cycle, they have flyer, 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 dead. But this is why you play the games, right? Like, so here's the difference I think I'm finding. When I was playing the Kitten deck in Legacy, I was getting frustrated because it felt like, you know, I know I should be doing these things. So here's the cycle, here's the cycle. Into 2 mana. We'll keep. And it was just like, no, I definitely should be... Thank you, Steve, for the resub. Like, I was more frustrated with those losses, because I don't know if I felt like I should know what's going better here, and this, okay. Our opponent has mulligan, scoop. Now, what's funny, if you look at the MTG bot tracker, our opponent is 0-4, and mana. We have counter spells if they go like oops. They have mulligan to 6. I don't know. I guess I'll keep. Let's see if they mulligan, scoop again. Because this is like some weird bot. No? Okay. I guess we're playing. Tron. Tron. I'll allow it. I would force a negation of Matt. No, we just wait and we force negation Karn. Fool. We also have Beseju. Pass turn. This bounces creatures or returns cards from my graveyard to my hand. Okay. Could bounce a Beseju. They only have 4 cards left. I want... Deck check. 1 and 1. Okay. Pass turn. So we can still Waker. What I want to do... That seems bold. End step? Why would you not save that for like a Sylvan Scrying? Chromatic Star. Okay. End step. Waker. So 1 in my hand, 1 in the graveyard. We already have 1 Cycler. I'd rather have the land to keep Beseju around, so give me that land. Not what we wanted there, but I guess we have Beseju to keep around to break up. Right now we have Waker and Street Wraith. I mean, that's 10 points. We do that twice, they're dead. So I guess that'll be the game plan. End step, Outburst, and then just have Force Negation to keep us alive. Attack them, attack them. That seems legit. Chromatic Star, they get their draw. They found another Tron land, but it's not good. They have finally gone for Sylvan Scrying. I'll let them have it. Power Plant, so there's the third. Third is in their hand. End step. Steve. Steve, you're asking questions that no one knows the answer to. Now I'm doing this on their turn, because what if they have, like, the Eldrazi thing that counters sorceries? Like this? That felt good. Now, we could also beseech you to break things up for him, which maybe we will. Attack. So now they're at 10. If I just beseech you to blow up this tower after we know they went and got power plant, like, what could go wrong? What would be better is if they only have one forest. Okay, they had multiple forests. We still have Street Wraith Cycle. Is this the one they showed us? Okay. Okay. Is this a hope I have Tron next turn? Because you've already played your land. That's a valiant effort to block. Okay, to block building towards Tron. I can buy it. Does that change anything? So, had I cycled Street Wraith, is there anything I can draw to... The Foundation Breakers are in the side, the removal is in the side. In the main, I would have to find Flying Guy. I find that unlikely. So let's just attack. Block there, shoot me for 1. Or don't shoot me. And then I have Force Negation up to counter whatever they go for. They could have Ulamog. Ulamog would be bad. Ulamog would make me wish I had more in play. This is the one they showed us. It is. 2/4. This could also be a really big. Exile 2 permanents. Do I have anything else in the graveyard right now? No, but we're gonna have to get there. This. Do I want either of these? Technically, this gives me second green, so I'll take that one. So now, I cannot cast this Living End. Exiles the top 20 cards of their library. I mean, that's bad news for me. For sure. The Ottawara is already in play. We've used the Beseju. I only have one basic forest. I guess I got to do this before it's gone. Well, that's the other thing is, what if they exile the other living end? I can't believe we're going to lose to this. Take that one off the table. And then we just need them to miss living end. Could they have a Bojuka Bog main? Let's see what do they hit in exile. Four Shardless. One outburst, two outbursts. There's one outburst left? Okay. We cannot let them attack. There's one outburst remaining in my 18 cards here. Well, we gotta find it. Now, are there lands? Basic island is gone. 2 breeding pool, 2 steam vents would all kill me. But if that is my only hope, could I endurance them back in? I could endurance them back in to hope for a better draw, but I need them to be there. So then the question is, do I take the cycle? I think I have to take one more card out of the library. There's one living end. There's one violent outburst. It has to be tapped. And then... does it matter when I cycle it? It doesn't. It's just we have to hit Violent Outburst. We didn't. Is there anything else I can do? Yes, there is. I would need to hit a green card. Sure, that one. I need to hit a green card. So after... I don't know how many more green cards there are. The problem is the green card... Okay, we're dead. So my thought was, they attack, they wipe the rest of our library, we discard green card to endurance to put that the rest of that library back, and now based on that, we finish things off. See, that was the game plan. Okay. So subtlety. Oh, I could just hard... See, I wasn't thinking of that, Steve. My thought... Well, I had already dug too far, I think, by that point. Alright, is Tron on this? In Foundation Breaker and Force of Vigor. Out, a living end, the Sky Turtles, and some waves. Why is that? The breakdown of the matchup says... You need Artifact Destruction to beat Oblivion Stone, Chalice, and a Relic off the board. Living End's out, because if they wipe you, you can't come back to the game. Sky Turtle out, because cards have to get into that yard, and Sky Turtle can't do it. Well, that's fair. What else? And Wakers, because their passive is useless. We want to surgically fill our yard, then instead of just smashing it in to get blown out. That's fair. So my question would be, force negation, yeah. Subtlety? I mean, when it comes down, subtlety is really going to be on Ulamog only, and they're still going to have the exile effect, and I feel like that's not enough. For that reason, should I put a living end, take a living end out and bring one of those things back? That doesn't feel particularly relevant. Subtlety hits Karn. That's a good point. We'll bring in a subtlety for that. Alright, now that we know what we are playing against, I have 2 cyclers, I have a payoff, and I have a foundation breaker. I think we're going to hope and pray here. And hope they mulligan to death again, because they've already done that. And perhaps we force a negation that first payoff thing that they go for. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to be more aggressive that way. They're already down to 5 cards. If what they're doing is setting up my mana with the payoff spell, if we can disrupt that mana, their payoff might not matter. Okay. Maybe that's what they were mulliganing for. So then now, this is what this will be. We'll pass the turn, see what they do. So they're down to 4 cards otherwise. And these are some of the worst ones. From this, I want blue-green. Land, please. Okay. I think the land is more important. To not miss a land drop, theoretically. Yikes. Okay. One, two, three, four. So we're discarding anyway. Land, please. We had a plan. Hey, we won't have to discard. Okay, so the thought here is so I need to stack it so that evoke resolves last. So I want to put evoke on the stack first. We blow that up. And then Foundation Breaker goes to the graveyard. And we have our first entry. And then Waker the Waves can start to try to set things up. So we're not dead yet. But we're on the way. Is this their turn? Pass. I was gonna say we could just go for it, but that doesn't seem great. So we can sit here with Force of Negation up and end step go for the Wake or the Waves. I like that idea. That's a little bit more. Cash this in right away. They should. Theoretically, I could have gone after Chromatic Sphere. Not what we were hoping for. If we play Waker now, we can hit the land drop. Alright, we're starting to get... I mean, we might as well go for it next turn. Let's hope they don't capitalize here with some kind of graveyard removal. Okay, we have, I guess, look at this. This is protection if things go wrong. Well, they could have the counter the sorcery thing. That's true. I was not planning on the counter the sorcery thing. Do you have the counter the sorcery thing? Come on. Come on, man. I guess the answer is no. There was nothing for Foundation to break. That's fair. So now, hopefully, 2, 4, 8, 15. This can attack a little stronger. Alright, they have had enough. We get ourselves a match win. Hooray for us. Actually, real quick, I have to go change my laundry. I just realized that. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I forgot that they, I had heard the dryer go off in round, or I heard the washer go off in round 1, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go take care of that in a little bit. Spoilers, we didn't. So, I think this has helped me learn some of the interactions, we'll say, of the deck, but I can definitely see how this is not the optimal version of it. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely see things that feel like they could be improved upon. I don't know how best to put that. All right, we are on the draw. Opponent deciding whether or not to play first. Perhaps they're looking me up and going, well, that guy doesn't have any finishes. The last time that guy played Modern was like years ago. I don't know. I think I played Modern on the stream. Purposefully playing Modern on the stream was a little bit ago. Not too bad. All right, so we have 3 1-mana cycles plus a Street Wraith. 2 mana and a Pet Cascade Payoff. I feel like I don't know if these are keeps. How many land do I actually play? 19 land with 2, so that'd be 18. So I would have 18 remaining land out of 53 with 4 redraws. That's actually not terrible. All right. Opponent has kept Misty Rainforest. I guess I do have things I could do with Street Wraith. My thought here is going to be Spire Bluff Canal. Because also, something I wasn't thinking of, if we're trying to set up, when you're doing cycles, if we play the fetch land first and thin the deck, you're that incrementally, infinitesimally more likely to draw living ends. Just, that's a thing, but... Alright, they got an upkeep stop for us. Perhaps they are a legacy player. Perhaps they're a vintage player and are used to ancestraling in your opponent's upkeep to dodge Force of Negation. Little do they know, we're not playing vintage. Okay. Hey, that is yet another cycler. So we'll play our land, and we will pass. So now the question here is, I feel like Street Wraith is almost a cycle of last resort. I think that's a better way to look at it. End step, go get an island. Consider. Otawara. Okay. This is another graveyard person. But they're playing blue. They're blue cantrips. They have a fancy island. So, hear me out. How did Twiddle get to the bottom of the stack here? That's interesting. Okay. So they shocked off a Watery Grave. Riverwinders first, Jeremy. So we hit a land. So Street Wraith does not have to go deeper yet, which is good. Okay, based on this, this lets me, once again, I want to keep more lands in the deck. That's my game plan here, is maximum lands in deck. But they're twiddling over there, so I don't know what they're doing. Profane Tutor. Okay. Do we just go for it? I mean, I've got... I could do it in their turn. But I feel like there's more of a shields down moment doing it now. Plus I get a little bit more damage. Why are they pausing there? I guess I don't know how I die from their side. My thought more is like this Profane Tutor is ticking, and I want to give them the least possible options. Now, I'm going to feel really dumb when they just Wrath, you know, or play Spell Pierce, because those would be bad things for me. More otherworldly gazing. Once again, like, as they do the stuff in the graveyard, it moves the cards around, so I really don't know what to anticipate with what I see. They put cards on top, and then other cards appeared in the graveyard. They're going to Inquisition me and take one of the outbursts. But I still have another one. And then I drew a Living End, which ain't great. But this other Profane Tutor is going to go off, because that makes me feel like I got to go for it. So I might as well attack. Right? Because they're going to tutor for something. This will come off on their turn. And I don't want them to have the option to stop me. Okay. So I'm chalking this up to, am I dead yet? And I guess against another combo deck that I have no idea what can happen to me, my preference is just to jam and hope for the best. Because I really don't know what's going to go wrong. Okay, they're going to twiddle me to death. Twiddle and Dream's Grip. Ooh. Alright, that's cool. Do they have enough to keep going? Yeah, you would just have to have 3 cards from your graveyard. Gain mana. You have Tome Scour. Tome Scour effectively stays ahead, and then you would just have to mill everything, and once everything's gone, you should have enough mana left over to, like, either mill yourself completely and play like Thassa's Oracle, right? Or you could wish for Thassa's Oracle. Interesting. So I guess when they showed us the first Twiddle, I should have realized this was all the Twiddles. I guess I didn't know that's a deck. There are, excuse me, no Twiddles needed. How about I just grape shot the crap out? All right, super dead. So that is legal. Based on that, I can't imagine the sideboard guide has Twiddle McGee. Belcher. Oh, it suggests bringing in Leyline of Sanctity against stuff like Belcher. Yeah, I don't have those cards, though. That makes it a lot harder. So part of the issue, I think, is I went for it before I should have. But, like I said, I really need to just understand how the deck works. The fact that they are a blue-black deck, I think Mystical Dispute is just kind of obvious. After that, I don't know if Subtlety is going to be the kind of thing that I need to do. They're definitely spell-based. So I could see Subtlety being less impressive. The question would be more something like Endurance in response to... Well, they would have to like go for Tome Scour, and you'd like respond to Tome Scour to put it all back in. True. Something for Leyline. So the question is, do we start with like Foundation Breaker? They could also just have like the little artifact guy. So let's at least play Foundation Breaker. I don't... Well, actually, no. These got to go on the... This is on the coming in side. Sorry. Again, these Wakers maybe aren't the best setup, or the Sky Turtle bouncing creatures. I don't think that's where we're at. The bigger question is whether or not Endurance... I'm trying to think how Endurance would fight. I mean, it's not 0. Street Wraith feels questionable. I think I'll take an Endurance, though. I like the idea of having the Sky Turtle as a bailout. Alright. Cycle, keep. Here, unlike the other game, we can at least get to the Foundation Breaker. Like the other one that we had to burn all of that cycling just to try to find it. That was brutal. All right, they have kept 7 with Leyline of... Okay. Is that like anti-discard? Endurance? It's anti-endurance. I didn't think about endurance. See, again, it's like shoving cards in the bottom of the pile, and that's super weird. So now my question is, do I care more about the Leyline? Or 2 cycles on my side. I think I want 2 cycles on my side. Just go big. So Inquisition here, I'm pretty sure the only thing they can take, they take the Shardless Agent, so now I'm back to 0. I don't think it's worth trying to cycle into a counterspell there. I think it's just easier to find the next, whatchamacallit, the next enabler. At least that's how I was thinking about it. But if we lose this Shardless and then they strip it or whatever, that would be bad. I'm going to go for blue-red here. Steve makes a good point. What if we just hardcast this idiot? So let's cycle this one. Is there anything else here that I particularly care about? I'd say no. That's not true. What if we hit the payoff here? They're on our upkeep again. They could be setting up the... What's this? What's this? I take all your stuff. Cranial extraction. You understood what I meant by this, right? I'm gonna get your stuff on your upkeep before you draw. I would do it in the draw step for maximum stealage. Okay, we're in the draw step now. They didn't go for it. So this makes me think... Did they see our hand? So they know about a Misty Rainforest. I will deploy that one. That was the other thing. I almost played Breeding Pool tapped, but if I would have played Breeding Pool tapped, just natural reaction, I would have been giving up the cycle ability and I would have felt pretty dumb about it. So more otherworldly gazing on their own upkeep. So there is some stuff in there. The question is, can we punish it in any way? They're setting up stuff. They got what they want to draw. They've played a land. So we already have green. We just get basic island here. Did I bring in? I did. So based on this, they have Spell Pierce and etc. Maybe they're watching the stream. Hello, Alakai, if you're watching the stream. Make sure you follow the channel and, you know, like and subscribe on YouTube and all that jazz. I mean, as long as you're going to ghost me. Ugh. So what I'm going for here is I was trying to set up the counterspell. Okay. No, I would not like to break my dude. So now the question is whether or not we stay alive. And they might just kill us in response. So that's cool. Or not. Okay, that felt better. I do think endurance has the chance to mess with them. But, okay, here's the other thing. 1000% we should be playing Force of Vigor to do stuff in response. Like, that's just something I wasn't even thinking about. And so, something's going on. We're having a little bit of a lag. Let's take out one. I think endurance to mess with them. Force of Vigor to mess with them. Maybe it's just another Waker of Waves, that 2 mana is just a little too much. I don't know, I think Sky Turtle can go before, but it's a green card. So that's 60. It's more green cards. It's not maximum green cards. If we had a Sky Turtle over a Waker of Waves, but we can't reasonably get the Sky Turtle in the graveyard without having the target. So I think we got to go like this. Alright, game number 3. We have Force Vigor. We have no cycling. I mean, this isn't better, but it's something. Like, they didn't mulligan too hard on their side. Like, they could just have, yeah, they're just going to disrupt us. And they're going to see, haha, you fool! I don't have that much going on. I was planning to use endurance to kill you. Maybe I should have mulliganed again. Nice. And we even got Ponder bugged. That's awesome. Put a card on the bottom, immediately draw it. Profane Tutor is ticking. Did we see basic swamps out of them? I mean, we know we saw islands. One down. To be able to violent outburst into endurance could be tricky. I say that as we lose our violent outburst. They have 3 cards. They have Profane Tutor ticking. They are thinking hard about our upkeep. But they still need to have a certain... That's not bad. They need to have a certain threshold of stuff to be able to go for it. When they play Profane Tutor, do I just counter that? Because they're just going to go get the land. I mean, they know I have Beseiju. So I can try to disrupt some of the stuff they do. What's going to be funny is, like, if they don't float... No. I mean, like, when they go for actual Underworld Breach. I can disrupt that. Alright. We're giving ourselves more things to do. So we have Dispute to try to mess with them, and we have Endurance. Three white. We could also just hard cast this. Or what I mean is, so we're gonna take away their built up pile. That's pretty good. 2 counters and a Beseiju. Let's go to town. Alright, we're getting to the point where might not matter. That's a lot of mana over there. So I would bring back a Riverwinder and an Endurance. A Riverwinder and an Endurance is worth 8 points. I don't know, I kind of feel like I sit on counter here and just hope it's good enough. I mean, worst case, if they don't go for anything, I could try to change my clock. Like, end step. What are they going to do? Counter it? It would speed my clock up by going for it. Pact of Negation. Are they going to do the split second thing on their turn? It feels like they are. So they're going to go white for split second. Or just pay, that's true. Based on that, they have 3 cards in hand. If I were to play that, I'm only down 1 living in. We're going to attack for 3 here. We'll see if they... What I'm expecting is like the Angel's Grace and go for like Ad Nauseam. That's what I'm thinking in my head. They appear to be electing to just pay it. I really wish I had another Endurance. I don't want to give them a bonus land. That's the only reason I'm not really messing with them, and I can't target my own stuff. And opponent controls. Okay, this puts them on 4. I don't know. I guess I still feel it's like, oh, I want to go for it. I want to go for it. But I also feel like I could just sit back and it's not a big deal. Can they kill me end step? Combat. If I let that happen, it's just one less card for them. I don't have any burn. I don't think I have any burn. Alright, they gotta go for it. We got double counterspell. Well, we have double blue counterspells. What was my top card? They looked at it. Doesn't matter. We're not allowed to see it. Alright, well that's 2 match wins. Feeling good about that. Let's go ahead and play this third one and see what more can we learn. Like I said, definitely interesting. I definitely see a different way we would take this by having the architect. I wonder what else changes or what else is in the main when you have the grief and you have... Well, we had it before. We had it up, did we not? Yeah. So, hey now. So if we look, 4 Shardless Agent, yep, 4 Architect, 4 Curator, 4 Grief, 1 Subtlety, 2 Turtle, so it's trimming a Waker. This Valakut Awakening is not there, that's fair. Alright, we'll go back to that later. We won the die roll, yes please. I have a cycle. I have 1 cycle and a payoff. But it's a good cycle. Swapping out Windcaller Aven? Okay. But, I don't know, Windcaller Aven doesn't seem like it's that great, right? Didn't we say that that's kind of the worst one? Because the Architect can pitch for blue or black, and I think that's just better. Alright, this will get blue-green land. And then we should be mostly set up. Okay. I don't know why we have this list when I pulled the person who, like, just won the challenge or whatever. It was so weird. The challenge from July 3rd, the winner is playing this, don't say pile, this interesting collection of cards. Shock? No shock. Shock? Ancestral Vision? Is this 2012? You kidding me? I mean, I'm going to force negation that in 2 turns. So the question is, do I shock? The standard has changed a week ago. That's fair. You have a game plan, and then suddenly it's different. I have woken my waves. I will take Boseiju, throwing Street Wraith away. Is 10 damage enough? I could go for it on their... Yeah, we could go for it on their end step and see what they do. Or if they tap down foolishly or something. Is this Faeries? Beautiful. Second green. I mean, Ancestral Vision, Mutavault, is this not Faeries? But what's going to kill me is I just talked about how it's Faeries, and I'm just going to let them spell stutter me. Because I just talked about how it's Faeries. You fool. I'm like, oh man, I think this is Faeries. Yeah, I agree. Let's try to bait them, because I've got Force of Negation up. That's nice. So, based on that, think they played Damnation? Blue-green. Would I rather have Boseiju? Probably. I think we tricked them. Spell Pierce. Take that, Spell Stutter Sprite. No, see, we're gonna play around. We're gonna get him with Damnation. What is this? Fatal push my Shardless Agent? Oh no, the 4/4. I'll allow it. Watery Grave, go for Damnation, get it countered. Or are you gonna like Mistbind, click me or something? Are you on the block with Mutavault plan? Can this not? Artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land. Okay, I'm allowed to do that. That's true, but I don't really care if it is a Mistbind. My point was, would I be able to Boseiju them? I have Swamp Walk. How about that? Attack for 12. So here's the question. They're doing this to save 7. They take 5, go to 9. That Ancestral Vision is coming off. I think I'm okay letting... Oh, they can't trade. I think they realized they couldn't trade once they activated it, and then they took it all. So that's fair. Or were they trying to bait me into playing something? That could be. But they're going to have a full grip of cards. We'll see how this goes. All right. Hey, you think Faeries is on that sideboard list? Oh, look, it's not. Well, being a black deck, I feel like we could expect Leyline of the Void again. I don't know. Some of these, like, I feel like this is clever, but I think it's too clever. Why not force a negation to stop drawing the 3? I thought I would rather fight over what they found, but I guess, say we fight over it there, I don't believe I had pitch ability. I think I could only hardcast one of them. Larry Legend, I posted it in our Discord, in the Modern discussion. I put it in there. See, I couldn't remember if I had a pitch too, Steve. Shardless, good point. See, sometimes I see the gold card and I don't think of it as a card. Now this might be funny. Is subtlety better than force negation? Or they're both gonna have their same thing. Or uses, I should say. I want Mystical Dispute. Like, I'm thinking Bitter Blossom and stuff like that is why I would want Foundation Breaker. Kind of doing a sampler platter here of different things to take out. Is Dead Gone something worth having against them? I would say no. Like, I expect to have discard and stuff like that from them. Maybe I want more endurances. The fact that it can hit flyers is nice. I think Sky Turtle is the one that's trying to be too cute. Could also be Street Wraith there so that I keep a blue card. Thank you, Sir Chips. Alright, they're keeping 7 cards. This has 2 cycles, but we don't have a way to a payoff. Sir Chibs, no grief. No, apparently I thought I had a good version. I took the deck that just won the challenge on the 3rd, but is missing what I would say is probably some of the more important stuff. I'm gonna put this back. I have green. I have double green as needed. Yeah, I'm putting Misty Rainforest. I have 2 1-mana cyclers. My opponent is gonna Thoughtseize me here. It's going to be really hard for them to thought seize off. No, of course. You've got to get Ancestral Vision suspended. What was I thinking? Pass turn. So, Chibs, we were saying there is another version. Storm Guy is me, 8-1, and they have Architects of Will and Grief. I think that is the version that I plan to play next. This time, I took the one that we had available, and a lot of this is me just understanding the stack interaction stuff. So that is where I am currently at, is getting familiar with the interface, the click-throughs, all of that I need from this deck. Well, we can certainly draw frickin' Force Negations, can't we? Pass. See, now what I wonder is, do I cycle? How hesitantly do I cycle? Or do I diversify? Main phase 3 blue. After shocking in 3 blue. Ashiok. Well, that seems terrible. This will give me double green. There's still an extra counter to come off the Ancestral Vision. So I'm not full-blown emergency mode yet. Bitter Blossom is fine. Like, I feel like this is so quaint. One into my hand. If I put the Curator into my hand, that's an extra cycle. Blue, blue, green. Okay, I think I have to go after the Vision here. See, now I'm opened up, though. Spell Stutter Sprite is going to be able to counter me here. Because of how they stacked it. Sometimes they just have counterspell. Now they'll have spell stutters. No, now they'll have the other Ashiok and chomp all of our boys. 1, 2, 3. I'd want to have mana open. I've already used my island. So this would be 3 points of shock versus 2 points of shock. They are shocking as well. I mean, I don't know enough about it, Steve, that I see it and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I cycle that. Like, not necessarily giving it credit of, it could be in play right now, and I'm just not thinking about it. That's where we're saying we got to get used to. So 2 mana, drown me in the lock. What if I make him pay 3 more? No, I'll just take my 1. No blocks. See, it's just, I'm viewing it as that's not the thing to fight over. But this feels like it's starting to snowball out of hand. The question will be more, you know, what their payoff is, because Mystical Dispute's not going to be able to fight it. Discard Colossal Sky Turtle. Return a card in your graveyard to your hand. Can I cast this idiot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What would I put in my hand? I put an Endurance in my hand. That'd be funny. What else could I put in my hand? I don't have the payoff. I don't have the guy in there. We're whittling them down, folks. Thought sees me. First of all, rude. Oh no, Jeremy, there's a better way to do this. Taking all the damage. I would like to Sky Turtle for an Endurance. Oh, I needed the land because I had to get the extra green. I was like, wait, I still have mana left over. Alright, Thoughtseize Resolve, you got me. Let's turn off the auto yields just to be sure. I'd like to cast Endurance, please. Ooh. Something's happening. Petty theft me. Oh yeah? Pay more. Why would you tap Mutavault there? Mutavault could swing in. Spellstutter Sprite. Alright. Shield's mostly down. Endurance will be... Endurance will be bounced to my hand and then discarded to Thoughtseize. You got me. You're at 8. And I'm gonna rip a Cascade spell to kill you. Wipe your board in play. That'd be awesome. Subtlety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're dead to the board. They have too many flyers. Opponent not respecting our flash flying. You got me. What we need is like Plague Engineer. That's what we're missing is Plague Engineer. I feel like Dead Gone would be funny to mess with some of their Spell Stutter Sprite math. I don't know if that's correct. I feel like Subtlety is probably not where I want to be, so I think that's an easy cut. And then if I brought another one for a Street Wraith, like Street Wraiths will be unblockable, and that part will be nice. Yeah, let's try that. Yes, I would like to play first. And this is multiple cycles. I'll keep. Keep in mind Steve's play of having that curator. They've gone to 6. Now, we do not have... Yes. Foundation Breaker, anything like that. Secluded Glen, showing me nothing. Do they have Fairy Macabre? That'd be mean. Pass turn. I mean, they have to take the Shardless here, right? I was thinking, what if I would have cycled into Mystical Dispute? Mystical Dispute only stops the blue card. So then the question here is, am I going to go for 2 cycles off of Aven and Mysteries? Are they daring me to go for it? Spell Pierce, that would make sense. So they know these 4. Let's cycle the Striped Wyverwinder because that's just the most value. So here, my thought would be, how do we set up Curator? See, like here, they're going to go after it, and we have double between both Shardless agents. So now they took one of them. So now what I need is... protection to go for it. So now my thought is Waker will look at 2, putting one of them in my hand. Curator is a blind draw. You like Wraith first for Outburst? Steve. Steve, you are a very wise man. Force them to counter, untap. Force the other counter. All right, look at us with the 3-2. Managed to show me the game. Where's the deck? Somewhere. Hello, Bueller. There we go. There was this deck. Steve, thanks for that nugget, because honestly, I was thinking the last one we wanted to go for was the Street Wraith, based on where I was saying before, not thinning out, not hitting the living end. But that ended up being the perfect thing, so that was pretty sweet. So we got a little bit of a 3-2. Not bad for our first stumbling out with the deck. As I mentioned before, I definitely think this version is better. I mean, we did play the person that won the challenge, right? That person went 6-1, but maybe it was better to go 8-1. So, yeah. This will be the next version I will try. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit in anything this coming week, but I might try for it, because the 16th is the tournament I am shooting for. So, I want to say thank you to subscriptions, follows, everybody who chatted along. I really do appreciate it. If you aren't already following the channel, make sure you do that. If you're catching us later on YouTube, thank you very much. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure, if you like the video, let us know. Go ahead and comment. Tell me all of the things I did wrong today. But also, come join us in the Linktree. You can find Patreon to get our decks in advance before our members are going to be playing in these RCQs. You can find our old content on YouTube. Make sure you're following our Twitch, our Twitter, all that jazz. You can find it there on the Linktree as well. All right, Steven streams during the morning. I think he starts about 10 o'clock, so make sure you tune in if you can to see him. But yeah, otherwise, I appreciate you. As always, thanks to the viewers, thanks to Mana Traders, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Good night.